Hello and welcome. My name is Cheryl Bradley. I'm a spiritual medium. And I want to say that the next three vignettes, 16, 17, and 18, are very related. They're, again, a very high interest. I get lots of questions. And again, when I speak from my truth, from my spiritual, even though we all have the same collective knowledge in our higher selves, there's sometimes just a little bit of truth that um, speaks to you and you can relate to. So I always say, whatever I'm speaking about, find your own truth. You might just change a word or two and you say, I can take that. That I feel. So I always encourage you to take your truth because your truth will speak to you. And your higher self and all our higher selves, we all know the same collective truth. But just again, if you say it just a little different, or you say that, no, but yes, this. And if that's all that speaks to you today in this vignette or vignettes that you choose to listen to, trust that and take that. I strongly, I always tell my clients and everybody I speak with when it comes to the spirit is don't accept anything just because it's said. Accept because you choose it because it feels, or you just know it to be a truth, and you don't have to explain it, and you don't have to defend it. It's your truth. And so as we move forward on the next three, um, they're very related. So we'll talk about a soulmate on this vignette. Then we'll talk about a twin flame and how they are different. And then in 18, I compare and contrast them. So again, take your truth, leave the rest. So a soulmate is we speak of soulmates in this three-dimensional life as the person that we connect with. It's very romantic. It's very it's it's like the quintessential person in your whole life that you are meant to be with. And I'm here to tell you that again, always my perspective, always my spiritual perspective, that is very really the truth. Because our soulmates are very different than that notion that we collectively talk about as an ego. So let me just explain how a soulmate, how it was shown to me, and how my soulmate actually explained it to me as well. So at the time of our spirit's birth, whenever that was, at the start of eternity, we had a choice. We always had free will. We were created with free will. So we had the choice to have a spiritually balanced energy. This is three-dimensional, but I put this picture here, or I was told to put this picture here, to just kind of illustrate it as a from an Earth's perspective, is that opposite, right? That spiritual balance of energy. So we had the choice to become male spirit or a female spirit at the very beginning. And then we also chose if we were going to be, if we wanted to have ourselves sectioned, I guess, as a three-dimensional terms, and to create that equal balance. So if you were female, your soulmate is a male, and vice versa. And that is where the male and the female are connected for eternity. But truly, because of your incarnations, you can grow apart. You generally you do not, I was just asking that question. Generally, we do not move away so much from our soulmates, but it's possible. It is very possible. We have free will, so we make different choices. So we grow apart on occasion, okay? But we can have that grayscale that we spoke about in the prior vignette, and they can alter this divine connection, but we can never disconnect. We are tied together for an eternity. And our free will, we can regain this oneness, we can choose. And again, it's always our choice. And that's really what I want to talk about very deeply as a soulmate. And it's our other half of our created spirit. And so you can see how very powerful that is. And because of it being so powerful and such a magnetic attraction, that we generally, and I'm going to say this, we don't reincarnate together. We don't reincarnate with our soulmates very often at all, because how could we move with free will when we're so attracted to this one person? And so we couldn't move into our challenges because that soulmate would be too much of a uh, we wouldn't be able to ascend, because we would be tied to this person on a spiritual level. And so we do not generally ever incarnate with our soulmates for that reason. Certainly, our soulmates are one of our team, right? They're absolutely someone that's cheering us on and know where we need to go and that sort of thing. And they're certainly helping us from the other side. So they never leave you, but they don't incarnate with you generally. Almost never. I can't say never is never, because there's always choice. Um, but on the other side, when you're talking about the soulmate and you think, oh, my soulmate, I must always be attached to that person, male or female, wherever that is. And might I say as well, is you also had the choice of not being split in half. You could have chose not to have a soulmate. And some spirits did choose that. They chose to just stay a oneness of spirit and not have a soulmate. So you had that choice as well. But on the other side, you're not exclusive. That means like I have to always be with my soulmates. No, you move with all spiritual partners, because remember, on the other side, there's no ego, there's no jealousy, it's just pureness of love. So there's none of those pieces. So we experience Earth truly is just a reflection of the other side, and it is the other a reflection of the other side to bring us comfort, because when we're experiencing the challenges we have on Earth, there is a comfort of knowing that it is very, very similar to the other side. So soulmates are always watching over you. They are always giving you anything that you ask for, taps and in moving you to pieces. But it's not the romantic notion that our Earth coins. I will say the twin flame has a little bit more of that piece. So if you would like to join me for my next vignette, I will talk about a twin flame. And again, subscribe below if it feels like you that's your choice, and I hope that you will continue to follow me on my vignettes, and have a blessed day. God bless.